Hi all, Hal here with more Space Engineers, and we are starting in-game day 3, which means we have to start up in the difficulty a little bit. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this all set up just to show you we are still not running any mods. In fact, while we're sitting here, let's load in the compass mod. And that's going to require us to do the text HUD, which actually has to be at the top of the list. So that just makes the navigation on the planet a little bit easier. But now we have to get started. So let's go. So, happy Friday, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic week and a terrific Friday thus far. We've gone ahead and done a little bit of the welding and everything that I said we were going to do off camera, so we now actually have a completely sealed base. This is all the light armor blocks. We haven't done anything with the heavy armor yet, but it works for what we need it to be for right now. So we have gone ahead and welded up all of this. We are in the beginning of day 3, full day in game, day 3. And we've gone ahead and placed a landing gear. We're going to be working on a small scout ship because one of the things that I want to do today is now that we have a little bit of defense on the base, and that is all completely piped in and welded up, which I think we did on Wednesday. We showed all of that. We've got a bunch of things in the refineries. Actually, what do we have in the refineries? Let's go ahead and move everything that we are not currently using over that way. Again, then the Gatling torch ammo. Alright, so we do have things running. We've got a couple of things queued up over here we're not too worried about right this second. We may need to do a little bit of mining at some point. In fact, while I'm here, just grab, go ahead and drop those off. We're going to grab those and those. It's so unusual. It's like I'm so used to being able to grab like a stack of 1,000 plates and, you know, 100 of each type of plate, and my inventory is basically full at this point. Alright, so we are going to create a little scout. Now, I don't have a whole lot of necessity on these. Basically, there's not a whole lot of things that I just have to have included. But what I'm thinking here is, let's go, how about this? If we do that, because what I'm trying to figure out is where I want to take, how I want to take this thing. We'll do the industrial cockpit, I think. Maybe. So if I do that, we've got connector in the on either side. Okay. So if we do that, we do O2. So yeah, so if we want to do the O2 generator, we have to do one of two things. We either have to have it drop down, or we need to have the O2 sitting up higher. Now, I'm honestly not too concerned with that, honestly. But with the limited cargo capacity for what we're carrying, let's see here. We're going to need one of the cargoes. Medium cargo is the same as large grid small cargo for capacity. And that's what, 15K in the setting? Yeah, 15.6. That should be enough to handle what we need it to do. So let's go. We're going to go ahead and do this where it's one high. And this has the benefit that if we do a medium cargo, do I want to do medium cargo? It'll have to be set up like that. I guess what we could do we're going to try and keep everything as minimized as possible, or as minimal as possible, I guess would be a better way of saying it. Because I'm not planning on transferring a lot of large parts, but that does mean I won't be able to pick up things like plates. But if we're just doing resource runs, or potentially doing just resource runs, so we get that, grab a U out of there. You're gonna go that way. This allows us to at least do things like pick up ice or something, you know, if we need to. And we'll probably do half blocks under here once we have everything welded up and have this thing ready to go. Let's see here. Let's go take that out. I'll put a couple batteries on this thing. Put a battery there, and then I'm thinking let's go one large thruster. Up one? Yeah, we'll do one right there. Okay. And then what that allows us to do is, actually, gives us a good lift thruster. Right, yeah. That gives us those. We're gonna rotate these bad boys around here a little bit. Have that, and then you're gonna stick out a little bit if we do it that way, but we could tuck you in, say one there and one there. And then we can build cowling around this once everything is actually said and done, but that gives us right and left lateral. If we really need to, we can put a second thruster in for the slip controls for the laterals left and right. We've got forward, we've got braking, and we have lift. And that one large thruster should be enough for this. And then what we'll do is once we have all of this in, I'm going to put 2 solar panels, one on either side, up on the top here. And then that will basically allow us to be able to continue to use this thing, and if we need to set down somewhere, we can stop and charge the batteries during the day. Alright, so let's go ahead. What do we need? We still need to put in a gyro. I mean, realistically, we don't even actually need the O2 generator. But we'll keep it for now because basically what I'm thinking about is future expansion with this thing. And what I want to be able to do is keep one ship, basically pull the engines off of it and replace it with, or supplement it with, like say, ion thrusters. So once we're ready to get off the planet, we'll be able to basically use this thing both in and out of atmosphere. Alright. Which means I may have to put a hydrogen thruster on it at some point as well. But might end up just building a harness for it. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this thing welded up. We need a crap ton of steel plates. You need steel plates. Steel plates. Steel plates. Because we're carrying just so many steel plates already, I figured may as well just go ahead and get the steel plate requirement out of the way. You've got all of yours? No. Alright. What do we need next? Construction components. It's 20, 32. Was that 44? 22 per. Okay. Let's see what we have. I may need to go grab some iron. Yeah, I might need to go grab some iron. Actually, how much iron do we have? We have no iron. So, yes, we need to go grab some iron. So we'll get this whole thing welded up really quick. Well, as welded up as we can get it. What do we got here? So let's go drop these off. We're going to go do a quick iron run. Let's grab these really quick. We're going to charge up our power. And yes, I can jump into the cryopod. I know. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is, because this is going to be me going out and mining a couple of times, and it's just shuttling back and forth. This time, because you've seen me doing this a couple of dozen times, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead, get that done. We'll do a quick cut, and when we come back, we'll progress with the welding operation. Alright, so yeah, we'll be right back. So I believe I can fly. Whoop, I better turn the trip back on. So welcome back. Oh, alright. So we have been mining a little bit. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and queued up a bunch of material. And as you can see, there's a lot of duplications in here because they're things for like the thrusters, batteries, that kind of stuff. We should now have... We have everything we need for cobalt. Nickel we now have. Silicon we need 266, which would be nice if you did a mouse over, if it gave you an estimated volume, like a final, like a finished good ratio. Looking at it though, we should be okay. Yeah, that should be enough. We should be able to Yeah, we need. So for iron, it's just going to be 2k iron. Kind of curious here to see how much we have elsewhere. And that is all we have. So I'm going to need like another delivery of that. But yeah, so let's bring you back, let you see what we were doing. By the time we get back with this next batch of iron, we should be pretty good to go. We are about midday of day 3. Surprisingly, no meteors yet. Now, having said that, means we'll probably start getting swarmed with them here in a little bit. It may also require us to do a full reboot of the game. So I've found that sometimes turning on meteors after you have started the game, being as in this is not a new save with meteors being turned on at that point. Sometimes you have to go back and like do a complete restart of the title of the game.
Inventory full.
I've got enough to come back for another one then. Ow. There. So yeah, we'll see. It is kind of odd to be in a playthrough that is quite literally vanilla. I mean, you saw the only mods I've put in so far is the text HUD, which we need to be able to use the compass mod. So, but I am finding that the compass mod is helping a great deal, and I have a feeling that once we get to the point where we're ready to, once we have this scout ship built and good to go, let's go ahead and have you start pumping those out. 2k, yeah, we should be okay. I mean, look at where we are for this already. Okay, so with that being said, at this point it's just waiting for things to keep running through. So what we're going to do is we're going to go assembler, and over here we're going to do cargo. We're just going to start moving all of this stuff over. Mainly because of the fact that this will allow us a chance to see what we actually have and what we still need. And that sounds like a unknown signal. 4 kilometers out, really? How much O2 do we have? Or H2? We've got enough that we could do it. Waiting for stuff to manufacture anyway, may as well just go take a look, right? So I did actually salvage another one of the runaway drones. Basically the little satellites that drop down and have the single atmospheric thruster in them. Things annoy the hell out of me. Oh, I hate chasing them. Oh, if you're quick and you don't get a system hang when you're doing it, you can actually get over to them really quickly and smash the T button or whatever your interact key is, and get it before it triggers the thrusters. You just have to be careful. Okay, you're not a runaway. You just act like it. There you go. Nothing this time. So I got the graffiti helmet earlier. But the most important thing is that we actually pulled out the sensor from it. Ooh. New loot table. Nice. I always like when we get the new loot table stuff. And I want these just for the 2 construction components, because, you know, why make them if you don't have to? I mean, yes, they're cheap. They're basically just a little bit of iron. But again, if I don't need to, why make them? There you go. And trash cleanup will pick up the rest of that. Alright. Can't complain. I have to say that was actually not a bad find. Oh, and we actually get to play with the new stuff because we haven't showed that to you yet. So let's get back to the base, and while we're waiting for things to manufacture, what we'll do is I'll show you the... Because we did pick up med kits and energy kits, and I need both. So, that's almost back. Go ahead and coast in here for a little bit. If you don't have to burn the hydrogen, then you don't want to. All right. Okay, so talking about these wonderful things. So these things, basically, they're consumable. Unlike the oxygen tank or hydrogen bottles, where they will auto-consume, you just have to right-click them, and you'll get a recharge effect. So as you can see, my power is now 100, and my health is now 100. And I want to say that those kits are 50 points. Basically, it takes 2 to completely fill your... If you were at 1 point or 0... Well, for power you can be 0, for health you can't. But it takes, I want to say 2 to do a complete heal. And as you saw, you can consume them pretty quickly, so it's not too much of an issue. That's some more silicon down here. I did go ahead and crack into the silicon at the base, because we did need it. So, yeah, we went ahead and grabbed some. I mean, it's here, you may as well, right? We want you... We choose you, Pikachu. Okay, just like so. We're going to take those with us when we get ready to go back over. When we start doing missions, we're going to take those with. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab that. We're going to drop these over here really quick. Might have to pick up some ice here shortly. And everything actually should be producing at this point. Yes? Yes. We don't need those. I looted a bunch of them off of a couple of the satellites, so... Alright, so let's... What do we need first? We have all the steel plates. So let's grow construction components. We're gonna grab all of the construction components here. And then between everything, you've got all the construction components you need. You need... What about you? No. Alright. So... Okay, what's next? Power cells for those. Steel tubes. Let's grab the steel tubes first. I think those are actually done. Review up here. There we go. Yes? Okay. How many do you need? You need 4. And then basically, like I said, all we're doing is we're really just trying to get everything welded up. Since we have almost everything on here is using the same basic components. Makes it a little bit easier. I'm not sure what we need that for. That might be, do we need that for the connector maybe? Let's see. Because you used all of it. Okay. So you just need power cells. You just need power cells. And okay. So what do you still need? You need metal grids, motors, displays. Grab those. Grab those, and however many motors we can carry. So you still need motors. Alright. And you just need motors. You need plates and construction components. Alright, so just motors and power cells for these guys. Let's go ahead and grab the power cells. Yeah, okay. And before we go too much further, let's go ahead, get in here. We're going to grab all of our thrusters. Set up our arbitrary all thrusters group. Make sure they are all turned off. Alright. We're going to grab more of those. Okay, so we still need motors, computers, and interior plates. So we're going to go ahead and I don't know if that is enough. Probably not, but no, need 2 more computers. Okay. Which is fine. Okay. Let's grab those. I think motors are the only thing else I might need, right? So our cargo block is in place. Metal grid. What do you need? You need metal grids and motors. You need plates. Alright. So you need basically everything. Okay. Except for computers. We're going to go ahead and grab that. Grab those. Grab those. So you only need motors. You need construction components, motors. And you only need motors. What do you need? And you? Motors. Okay, so basically we just need to grab all the motors. That's easy enough. Grab all of them. You need construction components. Okay, let's make sure we have... See, I knew I was forgetting something. Okay, so we have braking thrust, primary propulsion, left and right lateral, and lift. Okay, so I just need construction components for you. And then we'll put solar panels on either side here. In fact, go ahead and grab... What do you need for the steel plates? Alright, so we'll go ahead and throw these back over here. Okay, so that gives us all of our thrusters. So, like I was saying before, basically, as long as you you plan your builds out, you generally don't have a whole lot of issue with getting everything in place. It's the hard part is with things like this where it wants to be a little punk. Right. That's going to be annoying. Okay. Now I want to keep that open so that if I need to, I can get into the cargo container from up here. Do I have just a bunch of construction components? Okay, what do we need for these guys? That's a little bit less than we need to bring back. So we need 4 girders, so 8 girders, 2 computers, 16 solar cells. Go ahead and drop all this stuff back off here again. 16 solar cells. We said 2 computers. And 8 of these, right? 8 girders, I think that was right. Yeah, you can do some bulletproof glass if we have it. I didn't stop to check to see if there was any in there or not. Yes, there is. Okay. And 2 of those. And how much do you need? You need 60, which I think is what's in there, right? Whoop. Even better. Look at that. Now, what I may do, if we take that off. Damn it, I think that just broke that off. That's really annoying if it did. I don't know. Let's see if that works. Now I'm going to do group toggle blocks on and off. All blocks. Landing gear is not complete. Alright, the question is this going to hover? It is. Ooh, zippy. Alright, we don't have a gyro, so we're not going to be able to go too far with what we've got, but what we're going to do here is let's go. We'll go ahead and put a landing gear on this thing. I think we're going to put the gear. Can we get away with that in there? No. I could move the thrusters out one on either side and do that, which might not be a bad idea. You know what I could do? I could just say the hell with it and do that. Yeah, we'll do one on either side. Weighing the pros and cons for the way we have this thing set up. Alright, and for this we need just motors, steel plates, and construction components. Grab those and grab those. Ow. And like I said, we're not planning on this being something used for, ridiculous hauling. It's really just to get us around from point A to point B. It gives us 17 minutes of power if we do that. And what I want to do now is I want to have this thing set up so that we can pipe it in. There we go. Okay. So let's do this really quick. Now, a lot of times when I build these sets out like this, I'm going to go ahead and leave this set to auto lock. We don't want these showing up in here, because what we're going to do is bring it over, come over to here, and we're going to set this to unlock. We always want it to unlock. Now, the reason I'm doing this is for a couple of reasons. One is the fact that we have multiple landing gear. So if you have it set where let's say you land and only one landing gear connects, but the additional landing gear are able to connect, which happens sometimes. You see it a lot with my ships, especially when I have the landing gear spread out. If the terrain is not smooth enough for it to be within range to auto lock, but it is close enough to, because like if one gear locks before the other ones do, the other ones don't auto lock. And so when you switch the locks, the ones that are within range will then lock, and the one that is not within range will unlock. So it's like, it's kind of weird. So what we're doing is we're basically trying to bypass that problem. I know I didn't explain that very well, but I'm sure folks that have played Space Engineers for more than, a couple of minutes have probably run into that issue. And if you haven't, you're, consider yourself lucky. Seriously. Let's go ahead and grab 200 of these, because what we're going to do is we're going to let that charge up a little bit, and we want to go ahead and start. Make sure you are. There. Auto rotation is off, and we're just going to have a little bit of armor on here. I don't know if I want to do those or have it just be a half block that comes up. Let's try this and see how this looks. Because what I can do here is if I really want to get fancy, we could do something like that. Maybe something, well, something like that, maybe. Because what I'm thinking here is that we just kind of patch that in and through. So we could do something like this. No, it would have to be down there. What if we went that way with it? I don't know. Let me know what you think. Should we armor this up? And if so, should we go with a skeletal armor or should we go with a full-on cowling? So if we do a full-on cowling, basically we'll have like a little in the cell area or a thruster area here where you'll be able to have more than one thruster. You know what? No, I think we're gonna go ahead and leave this as it is. Let's take some of this stuff out. We'll leave that as it is for right now. And what we'll do is we'll just continue the line here. And we'll do the same on this side. And what we're doing with this is just basically giving us a little bit of protection on it. We have enough power that I'm not too worried about it as far as lift is concerned. You're turned off, right? I'm always paranoid about the thrusters being turned on. Okay. Alright, so that gets us there. Let's go ahead and turn the thrusters on, unlock the landing gear. We're going to move this beast over a little bit. I mean, it handles really well. Right. There you go. Now, next up. 1, 2, 3. So you are the block that's coming out. 2, 3. Yeah, I guess if we take that one out. I just realized we've got a little bit of material left over. What do we need for you? Is there anything that we don't have? Need platinum for that. So let's go ahead and get one of those. And get one of those. I want to see if we have the materials for this. I think we do. Oh, maybe not. We may be out of nickel. No, we can't be out of... I mean, hell, we're out of nickel. Awesome. It's crafting those. That'll be nice. Now the nice thing is that hide empty. There we go. As I was saying, the nice thing is that we can actually produce these and sell them back to the faction. So what we're going to do is I want to get. Actually, I want to get plates really quick. I don't need many. Just grab 100. Because what we're going to end up with is get that off there, that off there. We're eventually going to end up with a connector right here. And this is going to be piped in eventually. For now, we just want it to actually be part of the grid, because once it's part of the grid, we can plug that thing into it to charge off of those. Let's see. So we need steel plates, construction, small steel tubes. So go here. We need like 50 of those, a bunch of those. Just grab 100 of those. I don't remember how many of those we need. Let's see. I just tend to grab a little bit of everything. It's pretty close. Yeah, that's pretty close. Alright. There we go. We're going to do that. We're going to do one more charge on this. Get that charged up and good. Get that charged up. There we go. And then we want to turn those on. You know what I really need to do? Auto timer. Huh. Well, that's interesting. I don't remember that before. I can see the use for it, especially if you're building trading stations. Basically, if you want to keep people from being parked in your stations too long. What that would allow you to do, switch lock, is to basically kick people off of your stations. Which is an awesome thing, honestly. So we're going to look at our 2 batteries, fully recharged in 2 hours. If we set both of these to recharge, now what are we looking at? 11 minutes. Okay. So by the time the sun has fully set on day 3, we will have this thing fully charged up. Now, I actually need to get in and we should go ahead and set up the battery controller. Okay, so you are going to be scout batteries. All. And we want you to be set to recharge on off. Because what that will allow us to do is with a flick of a button, we can take it from auto to recharge. Alright. So let's go ahead. We're going to head over. Do that. Unlock. Unlock. Oh, crap. Know what I forgot? Forgot to put the gyro on it. We've been doing all this stuff with everything to get it all set up and ready to go. Let's go ahead and set that to recharge. And I keep forgetting to put the damn gyro on. We're just going to slap the gyro on right here, I think. Put a gyro here. Let's flip you... Yeah, flip you that way. I need some plates. Damn it. I may put the... let's grab 20 of those. I'm going to need some of those, I think. Some of those. Some of those. I don't remember. I remember everything goes into these things. All right. Construction components and motors. That's what I forgot. All right. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Could have been important. All right. But I do want to get over to the mission terminal today. Those and those. I think that's enough, right? We're also going to put some spotlights on this. Plates and tubes. So I'm going to go ahead and tell it to craft up like 10 large tubes. Just so that we have them. Oh, helps if I grab plates. Wow, my typing is horrible today. All right. Let's go ahead and grab, I should just go ahead and grab them. Just grab those. What else do we need for these? Interior plates, construction components. Interior plates and construction components. All right. And then obviously the large tube. Come on, let me out. Let's go ahead and throw one of you down. Throw you there. You there. We're going to put a couple of these on, mainly because of the fact that I do like having a little bit of visibility on ships. So if we do one there, one there, do we want to do that one there and We'll do another one up here. And surprisingly, this is actually also playing into that whole looking forward kind of thing. 1, 2, 3, that's 6, 10. Let's grab tube. Ah, because my inventory's... I forgot. My inventory is overloaded. And like I said, this is basically just going to be, you know, a little runabout kind of thing. It's not meant to do a whole lot. If I need to get out and do some manual mining, I'll be able to offload onto this thing. Alright, so we're going to go plate. Let's drop all this stuff off. And we want large tubes. Come on. We're not going to worry about the bulletproof glass for it. One thing I'm going to do... Whoops. I have to reset tools. It would help if... so we want that and that. Alright. Oh, you, come here. No, not you. You. No, actually, I guess I will... Guess we will do this one. Actually, no, wait. Give me plates. Give me plates, give me plates. Let's grab 100 of those. Okay, and we're gonna go... There we go. Yes, I know it's a little bit of late night greebling. Alright, so if we turn that off, hey, look, we've got everything set up. Okay, so control panel, we're going to do a spotlight grouping. Don't care, don't care. And we're going to toggle on off. Okay. And eventually I will come back in and we'll set up like the running lights and everything, but I'm not going to worry about that for right now. So with that, helps if I turn the batteries on first. Alright, so we've got about 45 minutes worth of power. It's going to take us like 2 minutes to get over here. So we're okay. We're okay. It's good because it means we basically have about a half-hour worth of safe flight time getting to and from places. So, and the batteries are, what, maybe 50% charged? We'll figure it out when we land. But yeah, so I want to go ahead and I think we're going to go ahead and call this one here. I want to thank you all for stopping in. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to throw them down in the section below. If you want this ship to be put up on the workshop, let me know. Man, it's been a long day. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this thing landed. We're going to pick up a couple of missions. And I am going to spend the rest of the night of day 3 basically running missions for everybody to try and get a little bit of currency going so that we can hopefully on a Monday do a ship purchase. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing all weekend, is trying to get all of these things sorted out. Because I would really like to have everything set up and ready to go to hopefully do a ship purchase on Monday. All right, so thank you for stopping in. Yeah, like I said, hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe if you're new to the channel, haven't done so already, or just want to do something nice for me today. Let's go ahead and lock that down so we can get that off. Oh, okay, so it's not going to let us steal power from the base. All right, well, it was worth a try. Oh, but if you want to be kept up to date with what's going on around here, don't forget to ring the bell as well. And we will see you back here next time for more Space Engineers. As always, folks, take care and be safe out there, everybody. Time to go get some missions and basically run around for a couple of hours. Yay!